Hello, my name is Grégoire and I am Partnership Manager at an innovation management platform called Agorize. We help enterprise companies accelerate innovation by leveraging collective intelligence through innovation programs and hackathons. The success of initiatives like hackathons depends on multiple factors, including access to your target communities and using the right platform. Today, together with Professor Hila Lifshitz-Assaf, affiliated with Harvard University as well as New York University, and Professor Sarah Lebovitz, affiliated with the University of Virginia, we will discuss key tips to successfully leverage a call for innovation. These tips are based on their research, as well as on Agorize's expertise and the numerous innovation programs we have launched in the past.
Hi, I'm Professor Hila Lifshitz-Assaf from Warwick Business School, and I would like to share with you today 3 important tips to hack hackathons that are based on multiple years of research with teams in hackathons. Tip number 1, minimal and adaptive coordination. What does that mean? It means that in contrast to what we usually think about team coordination, when accelerating innovation, it is better to actually avoid full coordination upfront. Many best practices teach us that we need to invest upfront in coordinating and building a shared understanding around what is the potential solution that should be developed, what are the materials that we will build it from, what are the mechanisms, how will it work. However, when accelerating innovation, this full coordination backfires. Instead, we suggest minimal and adaptive coordination. Minimal means that you only get to a minimal agreement on the high-level solution, broad direction of your project work. Adaptive means that only gradually you adapt to each other. And why is that important? Because it gives you the flexibility that is needed. And to be flexible under time pressure is hard. So you start minimal, only saying this is more or less what we want to do. You don't get to the specific and the details, but you jump quickly into experimentation with different solutions. You may split into pairs, into individual, each experiment with something different. And that is okay. It's extremely messy, but that actually works. It gives you that flexibility. And then gradually you should adapt to each other. See what is working in those experiments, what doesn't. To give you an example, in one of our teams, 2 people were working on one solution and another person, they were not coordinated, right? Because they did this minimal coordination and they split. And one other person was working on another solution. They slowly adapted and realized which one of them was better. This time spent in this parallel experimentation was great because they learned what failed and they were able to gradually get to the working development of their product much faster than those teams that try to fully coordinate the right approach, but once they get to testing, it failed and it was too late for them to pivot and change the direction. So remember, you have a really short amount of time to be flexible, to pivot, to be agile, and to change.
To efficiently launch successful hackathons, we follow a customizable approach. First off, to clarify the hackathon's objectives and narrow down its focus, basic topics and requirements will be defined, such as the core problem statements and the potential categories. This allows for good problem-solution fit, while allowing teams to be creative to submit innovative ideas. When tapping into collective intelligence to find new solutions, an iterative approach is key. In practice, this translates to providing a framework that supports the creative process. This is why we help companies build a custom platform that serves as a working environment tailored to a client's needs. A prime example of this step-by-step approach is the online challenge, launched jointly by the Montreal General Hospital Foundation and the Research Institute of the McGill University Health Centre. During the pandemic, they used Agorize to leverage collective intelligence and designed a low-cost, easy-to-use mechanical ventilator in less than 2 weeks. Through several rounds of deliverables, assessment, and collaboration, thousands of submissions were reduced to a select number of high-potential solutions, high-potential designs, and prototypes. Those were made available to manufacturers worldwide to support the global need for medical ventilators. With the right platform, hackathon participants and solutions are guided through a customized funnel of steps. At each step, evaluation, mentoring, as well as active collaboration between participants allows to progressively develop solutions. While this process can indeed be messy, a centralized platform is essential to efficiently monitor the hackathon's main KPIs, from participation rates to the state of progress of each submitted solution.
Tip number 2. Having less time does not mean you should do the same things faster. This is a common mistake we observed in less successful hackathon teams. They tried to bring the standard innovation best practices and compress them to fit the shorter time frame. It's natural for teams to rely on familiar processes when faced with uncertainty and time pressure. However, many of these standard processes simply don't work when compressed into a short time period, leading to frustration and failure. Instead, abandon traditional processes. Successful teams realized that new conditions required new processes and, importantly, a new mindset. They recognized that regular innovation processes don't apply. Instead of attempting to follow a standard product development playbook, they let their designs emerge through rapid, iterative experimentation.
Trying to fit your new innovation process in a traditional or old-school mold sets you up for failure. Instead, clearly define what your needs are and adjust your innovation program accordingly. Agorize helped a multinational food industry leader set up an innovation program that reduced its go-to-market time by 60%, from idea to go-to-market time. The product, a soda drink, was launched in just about 9 months compared to the usual 24 months on average. The pace of the program was defined by a funnel-based approach with individual steps. Through gamification features and virtual cash investments, we fostered participant engagement, which helped to identify ideas with the most significant potential.
Tip number 3 is plan for the day after the hackathon. Hackathon, design sprints, accelerated innovation events are the beginning of the innovation process, not the end. The energy and the spirit of hackathons can be intense and exciting, but they should not end there. We've seen over and over again organizations and teams that make that mistake of thinking we end the hackathon and this is it and things will happen with those great ideas. They will not happen if you don't plan for it. So you need to think of what is going to happen with those great promising ideas and prototypes. Create channels for cross-domain teams to continue interacting and working together. Incentivize them, awards, new ways of working, matchathons, match those ideas with investors and people who want to work on it further. Harness that powerful energy and impact of the hackathon and reimagine what is possible in your organization with your team the day after.
Efficient innovation programs are key to strengthening a company's innovation ecosystem, as they generate a new dynamic and a rapid access to continuous improvement. Programs engage internal teams and the external ecosystem. Take the step-by-step funnel I just mentioned. The steps create interaction between all stakeholders as they involve both participants and employees in the innovation process. As a result, the whole ecosystem grows and strengthens over time. Multinational bank HSBC organized its largest global internal hackathons called Hacademy. Using Agorize software, HSBC employees could work collaboratively to solve real innovation challenges set by senior business leaders. They created global teams, collaborated to ideate and validate ideas, and received feedback through mentorship, continuously rethinking process. It is the engaged ecosystems like the one HSBC created that can carry an idea from its hackathon form into reality. Stakeholders become advocates and are motivated to see projects come to life as an active part in the innovation process itself. Once a company adopts a mindset of continuous improvement and consistently implements innovation programs in its strategy, the positive impacts will be quickly felt and will only increase with time. A company that demonstrates willingness to innovate, involves new communities in the process and looks at the future, is a company that will attract talents as well as the ideas it needs to remain competitive. It is how you become built to last.